Okay, hi, I'm Krista, and I'm doing my project on free education in the college system, and I'm here with,
David Van Dyke,
mhm,
Krista's father.
yes, and we're just going to be talking about this. So, the first question I have for you is, do you think college is important, is it necessary in getting a good career?
I believe college is definitely important, more or less for the personal growth and social growth. Young children learn who they are and social development, and the most important thing is communicating and getting to learn how to coexist with people who come from different backgrounds and different cultures. And in the society, yes, college is, I would say, critical in having a good career. It's not definitely necessary. Plenty of examples of people who've gone on and had prosperous lives, with inventions and just good works. But the majority of time, I would say definitely a college degree is necessary for a good career.
Hmm. And so, did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
Um, and so, what did you get a degree in?
Electronics, Bachelor of Electronics Technology.
And what career do you have now?
I'm a cloud engineer for IQVIA.
So, do you think your degree was worth going to college for? Like, did it pay off?
Yes, in IT, you don't necessarily need a degree to make a good living, but I've been fortunate in the fact that I have my degree. I've managed to secure jobs relatively easily because having a degree amongst a pool of folks who probably about 50 to 60% of them don't have degrees, companies want those degrees to make for their service catalogs. So when they try to secure business from clients, they can express that they have a certain amount of certification degree employees. So it's been beneficial to me in IT, definitely.
Hmm. And so, how did you pay for college? Like, did your parents help? Did you get scholarships? Like, how did that work?
Yeah, parents not at all. So I went to college initially on a baseball scholarship, but I was young and immature. I was 17, and I ended up leaving and going into the military. When I was in the military, I was fortunate enough to apply for and get selected for a broadened opportunity for officer selection and training program of the United States Navy, in which they send you back to school full time and they pay for your college degree 100%.
Hmm.
So the Navy paid for my college degree.
So, you have like no loans. You aren't still currently paying for any of that?
Oh, well, I do have a small loan. I did have a small loan because halfway through, I was a midshipman, and I took the opportunity to switch the program and become an officer candidate. Officer candidates, they don't pay for your school; they give you your regular salary. You pay for your own school, but you still go to school full time. And I had to do that transition because that's when I married my first wife and had your older sister Chastity. So I needed to have my income to help take care of my family.
Hmm. So, is that paid off? That small loan?
No, I still have a small piece of it left.
Hmm.
Because when I was younger, I just kept deferring it. I needed money to do other things that I really didn't need to do. So,
So now we're gonna kind of like switch gears because like you're a parent now and you've had to like pay for colleges. So how has it been putting your children through school and like what have you learned in that process of doing so?
well, fortunately, we've always paid the first year balance, and fortunately, the um, the older siblings that have already gone to school and have graduated already, they had decent grades and decent SATs, so they were able to get a little bit of merit. They went to in-state schools. Yeah, both went to in-state schools, so that helped. Um, and they both secured little, part-time jobs. So I was fortunate enough to have children that selected schools that were going to have the least amount of impact for the overall balance. But yeah, I think what I've learned is definitely reinforce or make sure that your children know the ins and outs of how financial aid works, the ins and outs of actual total cost of attendance, not just tuition. So they know they're getting into and also understand the importance of their SATs and their grades and are realistic about the fact that college is extremely expensive, and you have to be smart about it, especially with your undergrad degree, because really it's your graduate degree that's going to hold the most weight. So you want to spend the least amount of money in undergrad as possible, and then maybe save the bigger expense and the bigger school for your graduate education.
Mhm. And you mentioned financial aid. Do you think what is your experience with that been like? Do you think financial aid covers enough? Has it been like helpful for you?
I think the financial aid structure is I won't say it's outdated. I just think it's totally incomplete. Um, they just basically look at your adjusted gross income, and if you have another child in school, though they don't take into account is even though you've had children in the past that have gone to college and you're still recuperating from that, they look at it's a reflection of point in time. And I've always had have quirks with how FAFSA does their calculations, and how you see some folks who, so if you're a middle class, middle class person that's gone to school and done well yourself, or done well, significantly where you secure for your family, it's almost like you're penalized by FAFSA as opposed to maybe those who haven't done. So with I don't know, just to other families that get an outrageous amount of aid, and it just punishes the middle class for actually doing, I guess, what they were supposed to do.
And lastly, it's just kind of like overall and things you've already said. What are your thoughts on the overall expense of college? Like, do you think the price is like fine, or do you think it should be cheaper? Because that's like a big topic now, where a lot of people are talking about how expensive college is.
Oh, college is definitely a business. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing I took from college are my personal relationships, and the maturation process and the development socially, and learning how to coincide with people from different backgrounds and cultures. That's the biggest asset, I think, from college. Just about all of my skill set came from practical application in the real world. So college is definitely a business. It is what it is. It's outrageous, the cost, especially when you look at the fact that just having a college degree does not, unless you're in a particular field, doesn't really guarantee you a significant income when you get out, unless you know the right people in the right places, do the right internships. But for the majority of folks, even lawyers and even after grad school, you still have to pass bars, and you still have to pay more money to take these tests, get licensed in a particular state. I've personally know several people who have gone on to attempt to be lawyers and doctors, and just a lot of them just don't ever pass the bar, so they have all this student debt, and they just have a job that they could have had with just an undergrad degree, if that. So it's definitely a business, but just like most things in our day and age in our society, it's not going to change because that's the way it's set up to be, and you just have to understand it and know what the rules are and learn how to play by the rules.
Okay, so thank you for your time and participating in this interview.
No, thank you for having me.